Mfundishi13CrystalSun. I have a topic today I've been thinking about that I've been realized, and I'm going to give reference to several speakers. What has increased my life can increase your life. I taught myself that we as a people are different from others, from the cells, from the blood type and origin. You know, ever since we have been on this planet, you know, we was under the construct of one common ancestor, which was always vague to me. Because when you say ancestor, you would have to ask who, what, when, and why. Black folk, African chosen people, original people are a different type of species. When you look at the good, the bad, the up and down, the polarity of life, that's why I call them polar opposites. When you look how our body is made, how we function, even in our destitution, what we have been through in present day, how we eat, how we walk, how we talk, rhyme, rhythm, no one does it like us. I would say we have been enslaved of the word everybody to make us think that everyone is similar to us. That creates the allegiance, that creates the trust, and we get robbed, we get sacrificed. Knowing that we are different from everyone would have us with a mind frame of take no prisoners. We would be more distant. We would be more alert because we are surrounded. Well, I wouldn't say surrounded. I would say we will be playing on the same field with an opposition that's not similar to us. What is parasitical is not for you. What has a parasitical nature is not for you. And what's not for you is against you. And we have always been one with nature. And the polar opposite is against nature. And nature is against the polar opposite. In a sense, because I would say that they represent the cold. So not necessarily everything in nature is not for them. Yes, there's rumors that coal is fictitious. I have to do my studies on that. This video is about knowing that you're different. You know, knowing who you are. You know, I have read several books just on our body makeup is so different from other people. Now, you know, they say the black man and the black woman made everyone. I don't teach that. I say the black woman made the black man made the black woman. And that's how our race pro-generated. You know, rumor is that we made other people. So the question I have to the speakers and the audience is, when did we stop making these people? And why did we stop making these people? And what is the proof that we made these other people? You know, they say the mitochondrial gene, no physical proof has been shown yet. When you look at DNA, no one has done what we have done. No one has built what we have built. And when you look at our structure, endurance, our mindset, we have been taught that everyone is similar to us because they bleed, because they walk, they talk, because they have kids. Now, let's be honest. Do everyone that don't look like us treat us like we are the parents? No. With that being said, they wouldn't have a parasitical nature. You know? Now, kids, generally speaking, are parasitical to the parent because they always ask for something, teach me, show me this, and extra, blase, blase. We're talking about liberating. Let's say that we did make everyone. Do we have the right to alter the narrative? Yes. Until we see further outcomes? Yes. Until then, we have to use our minds, use our logic, and treat others how they're treating us. Loving and forgiving has gotten us nowhere. Everyone feels like they could do us any type of way unless we join them, unless we talk like them, or is other various stations where that's the only way you're accepted. This has been going on prior to you being sperm. We are not the same as others. Our movement, our entertainment, our sports like movement, even in the labs, being a lawyer, the way how we just, it's magical. I would say we will liberate once we identify that we are not the same as everyone, and we remove the notion that everyone comes from us. Because long as we think something comes from us, we gonna have that soft spot. You would be more, you wouldn't be as hesitant to hurt an enemy than a child or a sibling. So we have to change the narrative and call a tree a tree. Because I know the fish comes from the water or maintains in the ocean. You don't see the fish killing the ocean. The bees derive from the beehive. You don't see the bees destroying the beehive. You don't, when you want to talk about nature. How can you be a people, know that you come from this people, the oldest people, and you're just eradicating them for any reason, whether it's their fault or not? And it's been systematically put in place to the point our own people have joined this structure to maintain us at a certain level. It's like more of like a cancer war. It's more like a cancer war. Cells banging on cells. Polar opposite have cells, we have cells. And it's like we just became this great cancer to the planet. I call it how I see it. Our style, our jewelry wearing, I made this video to tell the world, you are very different. Until everyone treats us like how they supposed to be treated, then, even then, you wouldn't be trusting in everything that don't look like you. Because, forgiving is a dichotomy, because you could forgive to have inner peace, then you always have to think about that one for revenge as the threshold goal. Everyone has went past the threshold, like they went past the finish line. I'm just speaking my mind because I feel that's what's enslaving us, because we think these people are similar as us. You have to have the imagery of that everyone is different. Because once you see that everyone's different from you, you could identify your powers. As long as you're similar with something that's not greater than you, you will always have equalism and the parasitical nature will have a greater outcome, because you have what it needs, and you're going to keep on supplying the needs, and then you will be bankrupt. Like, they're coming to a black area asking for blood, asking for plasma. That's a healing property in the body. You know, you being loving, you thinking that these people are similar, you will give away your wealth, which is one and the same with health, and then later on be depleted while they have their life. Yes, it is power to be the to be the vessel of life. Everyone calling on you, everyone needs you, strongest, the most intelligent. Yes, that is power. Now, in that power, can it be used and not reflected towards you? Yes, we can see that. I know us seeing the world different is gonna bring an increase of danger, like increase of warlike, because the parasitical nature is like a hungry stomach. When you're hungry, you're seeking for food. Excuse me. We have always been food to all these other so-called people. We have always been viewed as food. I mean, we are the vessel. You know, when you look at the body functions normal. It gets the virus, mucus build up, and that's what they are, parasites to the body. They're parasites to us. So we have to cleanse our body. How do we cleanse our body? By identifying everyone by being a different type of species. Everyone is proclaimed to be similar, and everyone has a blood type. There's a type, like, that's right there should tell you something. I mean, this is the truth. When you go to institutions or school, they say everyone is the same. They never explain the differences, because you will identify your powers. Like, wow, I could do this and they can't do that. And when I say can't, it's by design. I mean, it's never gonna happen. You see the NFL, the running backs are black. That's on purpose. You know? So that's how we get slaughtered out of our wealth, because we go around people that's not us. You know? You would never see cats hanging out with dogs. You don't see that. Or any species that have a history of war up into present day, you don't see them hanging out. You just don't see it. Predator, like you just don't see the predator hanging out. You know, like, you just don't see it. Like, you know, it's either or. It's like a kill or be killed situation. No, I'm not promoting violence, but let's use our senses. You know, you could eat like these people, become sick. You think like these people, you become dumb. You go to their ownership, they overwork you, then underpay you. I mean, you buy their product, it feel like they overcharging you. I mean, that's parasitical nature. And then we'll get puzzled, because we'll see someone that looks just like us doing the same thing they doing, and then black folks justify it, saying, well, blacks do it too. Well, that's the purpose of the manipulation game. So you can't tell the difference. That's the whole purpose of it. And that's how we get confused. C-O-N, confused. Electrical beings being confused. Fuse means to put together, like to enhance together. We are being confused. I mean, water, you don't have to enhance. You don't have to add minerals. You don't have to put it in a laboratory, because it's water. Anything you have to take out of its natural state is a drug. They have took us out of our natural state and then made us a drug and then sold us drugs. Okay, they took us out of our natural state, which is a drug, put us on drugs, and we walk around like drug babies. You know, no one comes to our rescue when certain things happen. Anyone could protest, go to Office Depot, get a $5 sign, $3 permanent marker. We are different. And you know, being different could bring a sense of fear. Like when you see a pit bull, you know the pit bull is different from you. You don't just walk up on a pit bull. And I always question myself, how come we don't do this to other people? I mean, I feel that will bring our unity, you know, because every time we go into someone else's culture, it makes us look out of bounds, you know. Just look at nature. Everything is divinely in place. Everything that what is a gang. The birds are with the birds, the ants are with the ants. Because each species know that it's different and has a different role to play. You don't see the birds and bumblebees hanging out. You don't see cows and ants hanging out. You don't see that. So this is my video, Mfundishi13CrystalSun. What has increased my life, knowing that I'm different and we as a people are different from everyone on planet Earth, and we are our own creed, and this should bring liberation, knowing that we are different and not similar. Once you think that everything is similar, you will never tell the difference, which will enslave you forever, and the parasitical nature will always gain, because you will always be around a parasite that's leeching and biting off on you. No matter your wealth and health, a parasite is a parasite. So this is one way we could liberate. You know, everyone else do it. Other people, you can't marry them. I mean, they keep it in the family, bloodline, generation after generations. It's time for us to see the world as different. Because as long as we got on the similarity shades, it seems like we are getting sucked for our blood. All of the plasma is coming from us. We are sustaining the whole world. From the opposition point of view, they know that they different. That's why they would never trust you. And every chance they get to be like you or take your wealth, take your plasma, take your blood, take your health, they will do it. Because you think they are similar when deep down they know that they are not. The truth is, they're not telling you. They're not telling you. And that's their code. They will never tell you. Because once you find out, you will know who you are. And number two, you will naturally rule over them. They will not tell you. They're going to smile with you. You know, everyone is the same common ancestor. Vague talk, never going to prove it. That's something they will never tell you and don't want you to know. That's dangerous for them to expose that. Every schooling, every college, TV, they're going to tell you everyone is the same. And keep in mind, no one except the black race can do what black people do. We the only people that do what we do. No one swim like us, talk like us. We is it. Once again, it's Mfundishi13CrystalSun. What has increased my life, knowing that I am different and we as a people are different. True facts, that's what it is. There's a book by Layla Africa. He's exposing how melanin works, and on the final pages he exposed how we are different from other people, so-called people, from cellular, from cells, from structure, from height, weight, origin, blood type, hips, lips, female organ, male organ, legs, cap. Like, it gets deep. Layla Africa is a book on melanin. I mean, you should read it. I read it. I had this notion prior to reading the book. I would say it had enhanced my thinking, like, yeah, and it has helped me. Mfundishi once again, Mfundishi13 Crystal Sun. Peace, what has increased my life.